This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga, dudes and dudettes. This is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the new Marvel Legends Gamestop exclusive Gamerverse Spider-Man. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in your standard window box packaging, done with the new Marvel Gamerverse blurb at the top. Turning the box around, we can see images of Spider-Man from the new video game. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here is Spider-Man out of the box. And man, from what I know, I think this is a pretty cool figure considering I don't have a ton of Spider-Man action figures in my collection, and I don't really collect a ton of Marvel Legends. But from what I see, he's pretty cool looking and a lot of fun based on a really cool video game. And in all honesty, I mostly bought this toy for a friend, but I still really wanted to check it out with you guys. But before we take a closer look at the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. So Spider-Man does come with an okay amount of accessories. Starting off, he comes with a pair of close-fisted hands, a pair of flipping hands, and 2 web effect pieces. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a look at the Gamerverse Spider-Man. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the new Gamerverse Spider-Man. Now, pretty cool figure for the most part. I've stated many times that I'm not a super huge Spider-Man fan, but what I have loved always is Spider-Man video games. They are so much fun, and that's pretty much the main reason why I picked this up, because I love the video games, and this is based on the newest Spider-Man video game. And to be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of this particular look when I first saw it about, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, with the white spider and whatnot, you know, a la like Venom and things like that in the black suit and whatnot. But it's kind of grown on me since then, and I think it's pretty decent for what it is. So this figure itself, I think it looks really, really cool. The paint apps for the most part are pretty good, especially on the white and the whatnot, and the logo and whatnot. And you can see like on his knuckles and in his hands and things, the white turned out pretty good. I do have some paint smudging. You can see on the back right there, especially right here on this part, it's a little fuzzy right there. The paint apps just didn't clear out as good as I'd like. But the webbing and whatnot all came out really good. I like the darker blue that they've used for this. Even the paint apps on the feet, like his shoes, look really nice. All turned out pretty good for the most part. I kind of do think his head looks a little big. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. But it does look a little big when compared to the actual figure itself. So, I don't know, but it still looks pretty nice for what it is. Now, to be honest, I couldn't tell you what body mold this is because I don't do a whole lot of Marvel Legends. It kind of reminds me of the Spider-Man UK body, but I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't really do a whole lot of Legends, so I don't really know. Okay, so let's take a look at some of his accessories now. We do get interchangeable hands. We do get this like flipping hand. We get 2 of those, 1 for each side, and we do get a closed-fisted hand, again, 1 for each side. They're just pretty much on your standard Marvel Legends straight pegs. They come out pretty easily and insert pretty good as well, so that's very nice. We also get 2 of these like web effect pieces, which look really good because they're done in almost like this pearlescent type of white, which does look really, really nice. The problem I have is I don't know what to do with them. What I've kind of been doing is like kind of just wrapping them around the wrist and whatnot and doing something like that. But he can't really hold on to them at all. So I really don't know what to do here. He doesn't grip them. He doesn't have gripping hands or anything like that. So what I've kind of like thought is like maybe take that off like so, and then maybe put, you know, this on like that. Maybe I'm doing this completely wrong. Maybe you guys can tell me, and you know how to use these better. So I've been doing it like that, and then, you know, having them flip like that. I'm guessing that's what I'm assuming you're supposed to do with them, but they just wrap around the wrist, really. That's all you do, and you can kind of just like dangle him like that, you know what I mean? So I don't know what that's for, so that's kind of dumb, and they're kind of pointless, honestly. I don't really like them for how to use them. They look nice, but they're kind of pointless, to be honest with you. So yeah, is what it is. So anyways, let's take a look at the articulation, because I think the articulation for the most part shines with this figure. And of course, being a Spider-Man figure, you want him pretty articulated. So head is on a ball joint, does roll around a bit, does turn left and right, does look up all the way that far with that disc hinge in the neck, all the way down like so. We get a full 360 at the shoulder, the arms go all the way up like that. We do get a very nice butterfly joint in there, so you can see how far back that actually goes. And it does actually work very, very nice. I like that a lot. We get double jointed elbows that work pretty good for the most part. We get rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. We get an ab crunch that crunches forward that much, back about that far. And I love how the paint apps actually go all the way in to that bend, so it doesn't really have any too much gappage. So you have to pitch that really far, but I mean, it consistently stays consistent with the paint apps all the way through. So I like that a lot. Rotation at the waist. We get hip joints that kick forward and high up pretty good. Back about that far. Can only do the splits that much. I've heard a lot of people complain about Spider-Man Marvel Legends figures that their hip joints should be kicking out way further. He should be doing like the perfect splits. So that's a little weak in my opinion. Rotation in that upper thigh. We got double jointed knees. We got rotation at the calf. Ankle joints that allows you to point the toe up and down. Does not really rotate, but we do get a really freaking good ankle rocker. So that's pretty nice. So overall, I think this is a really cool figure, especially if you want to like round out your Spider-Verse and you know, get all the different incarnations of Spider-Man from the different universes and all his different suits and whatnot. I personally picked this figure up for my friend who's a giant Spider-Man fan, and quite frankly, I'm trying to get all the Marvel Legends figures for him, you know, because he's just such a diehard Spider-Man fan, and I want him to have all the suits. So I got this particular figure specifically for him. So I think it's pretty cool for the most part. Again, if you're a huge Spider-Man fan, a fan of that game, I think you will definitely love this figure. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Spider-Man comparison, here he is standing next to a Mezco 112 Collective Spider-Man and a Revoltech Spider-Man. And just for fun, here he is standing next to little Lego Bat-Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the new Gamerverse Spider-Man. Now overall, I think he's a pretty cool Spider-Man figure. If you love Marvel Legends, love Spidey, and that new video game, then I think you'll definitely enjoy this figure. I think the paint apps are pretty decent, even considering some of the smudges on the white, and I think he has really cool articulation, even with a lack of hip articulation like I showed when he's doing the splits. But he really lacks accessories. He could have used some wall-crawling hands, maybe even a Peter Parker head, and those web effects just do nothing. They're kinda pointless. So if you love this guy for what he is, then I think you will absolutely enjoy this figure for your collection. So I give him a rating of 3.5 Bat Bombs out of 5. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.